from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now, to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home, when I'm no place to go, no one that can see all at the side. No lie, I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the feel. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now, to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home, when I'm focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I start to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change.
All right, race fans, we're live dirt tracking tonight here at Limaland Motorsports Park, here for the Virtual to Reality TV, sponsored by PayDayGG. I'm going to tell you what, last week was an exciting race, and we are getting set up here to go for our first style qualifying tonight. As race controls getting all these guys set up. Well, I'm Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied as always by the Ultimate Dirt TV man himself, Brett Wheeler. Brett, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good, Joe. I'm excited to be here, and I'll tell you what, the first time the Virtual to Reality League has actually come to the Limaland Motorsports Park, and well, the shortest dirt track that we have here on the iracing service. You know, I'm excited to be here, and it's certainly going to be a good show, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and these guys, man, are getting set here. About to get gridded up here. I got race control in my ear. They're getting these guys, man, set up. It seems like we're going to have us a C main, an A, B, and a C main here tonight. We got enough drivers to actually get that done, so it's actually going to be a pretty cool event I think we got on hand here, because right now I'm showing about 30-some drivers out here for the Virtual to Reality PayDayGG here at Limaland. It's a good one. We got some good money on the line, and I didn't speak of that last week, Brett. But I'm gonna tell you, just to give a heads up, these guys have spent, you know, they've already paid out well into the thousands this series so far. Plus, these guys here tonight have an opportunity to get in an actual ride in an actual sprint car.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Virtual to Reality and PayDayGG, along with Joel Hamilton, are doing, and also providing a chance for sim races, you know, to finally get their backside in a real life sprint car. You know, it's just phenomenal, you know, just to see on what they can do and what they can achieve. They've already put Alex Bergeron in a 305 sprint car, and I believe he actually done quite well for his second night out. So, you know, it's a massive, you know, credit to Joel and the rest of the guys that have been able to put this together, because, you know, it's not often that opportunities like this, you know, arise, you know, when you're sim racing.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing about the Virtual to Reality TV here, the V2R Esports, along with PayDayGG, being in, you know, cahoots, so to speak, getting to get together, putting guys in real seats and real cars, or the opportunity to do that. I mean, that's just awesome to hear here in the actual virtual world, because you do hear it. Some guys get lucky, but then again, sometimes you know, guys have to have the right place, right time before they actually able to do that. But race control is getting these guys geared up. You talked about Limaland. We've had a couple races here at this track, and Limaland's one of these tracks, like you said, very small in stature, but boy, I tell you what, it brings some excitement to it.
It really does, and you know, you'll see the track, you know, with the dynamic track state and stuff like that. The more times that these guys get out on the racetrack, you'll see the track start to move up onto the racetrack. You'll start to see a cushion build, and when that cushion builds around this racetrack, let me tell you, to run that cushion, you know, lap after lap after lap, and you know, not hit the wall, not jump the cushion, but to ride that cushion in a wing 360 sprint car, man, you are dead set on the edge of your seat, and it's going to be so awesome to see it come. I reckon B main time, I think we're going to see a cushion built up right around the all the way around the edge of this racetrack, and man, I tell you what, it's going to be exciting to see, that's for sure.
Absolutely, as race control is pulling out some drivers here tonight, and looks like we've got Cole, Chance Crum, excuse me, Mark, Solf, and I believe that's it. Yep, those are the top four. We're only going to have four come out at a time here, Brett, for some qualifying runs that they're going to get to go. 35 mile an hour is what they're actually going to get to run. So here we go. Qualifying's underway.
All right, so the first car, Richard Matteo Jr. in car number 33 out onto the racetrack. The 83 of Chance Crum rolls out onto the circuit. Next we have Cole Cabray in the Transport Equipment Hire pump button number 7 machine. And then the fourth car we have in car number 29, the next gen Fab of Mark Pinsky. So this is the first time these drivers are going to have a look at a fresh racetrack here at Limaland Motorsports Park, and each driver will have 4 laps to complete. The fastest lap will obviously start on pole for race number 1. Qualifying underway for round number 8 of the Virtual 2 Reality PayDayGG Sprint Car Series.
Absolutely, and watching Chance Crum do his qualifying time right now. He's got a couple laps in here. Cole's putting in a good lap so far. He's out there along with Mark and then Richard. That's the 4 drivers right now that you're seeing in the out on the track. Nice looking paint jobs as these guys are flying. What do you think we're going to see, low line or high line here tonight, Brett?
Start off, I think it's going to be sort of mid-track. I think then we'll start to see the high line come into effect. So, no, just looking at the times right now, Richard Matteo on the top side of the racetrack, 11.919. Chance Crum, 12.219. We'll see if we can do better. No, 12.244. Cole Cabray, 11.993. And Mark Pinsky with an 11.997. So Richard Matteo in that number 33 with an 11.827. Still in position number 1.
Absolutely. As we're sitting here, I know it says practice up there, folks, but you're right. Good times. Richard putting it on the top right now with Cole sitting in second. Mark there in third as they're shutting them down now. Race control is bringing them back into pits. We're going to get the second group of guys out here in our running order tonight here at Limaland. These boardsmen are just, what you're seeing, folks, here now is a little bit of hot lapping. Guys are actually, race control will call them out one by one, and they'll actually come out to the track here. As we're actually seeing the, I think it's Lewis Hewitt, going to be one of the men out there tonight. Be able to come out. Nicholas, is that Sanchez? Is that right?
Nicholas Sanchez, yep. We got Nicholas Sanchez, Ted Liette, Lewis Blewett Hewitt, and
like
Troy Wagaman.
Yeah, that's only 3, and I think Ted is the other one that's going to actually come out here. The 4 drivers that will come out on this qualifying run. Correct,
and one of the drivers, Lewis Hewitt, he is the most winningest driver. He's collected the most money courtesy of Virtual 2 Reality and PayDayGG over the past 8 weeks as we are qualifying group number 2 on the racetrack. We'll see what these 4 drivers have to offer right now. Lewis Hewitt, 12.779. Troy Wagner, 12.386. With a look at Ted Liette, his first lap, 12.030. Troy Wagner, can he go a little bit quicker? Lewis Hewitt to position number 4. It was 5, now 6. That's Troy Wagner with a 12.033.
Absolutely, and look at that Ted putting it on top there with a good 11.973. Actually made that a little faster with 11.986, there. He's in second. Troy back in 5th. Lewis Hewitt back in 6th there. Nicholas down to 8th. As Lewis moves it back up in the 4th. 5th place spot right now. As Troy jumps to the 2nd spot. Well, I have to say that they're battling back and forth, Brett.
Yeah, they certainly are. Ted Liette goes to position number 2. 11.856. Troy Wagner, 11.856. Ted Liette, 11.884. It's not often that you see passing in qualifying as Lewis Hewitt just got underneath Nicholas Sanchez there. So Sanchez quickest lap was a 12.517. Lewis Hewitt, his quickest lap, 11.994. Ted Liette with 11.884, position number 3. And Troy Wagaman Jr., 11.856. And, well, this track is only going to get a little bit faster right now.
Yeah, I know. It's going to benefit probably some of the guys as they go on here later on. And definitely going to be an awesome one as we're going to the next 4 drivers out. Looks like Ryan Martin, Chase Capri, Joel Beckley, and I believe that's Troy. I'll let you give a shot at that one there, Brett.
Troy Schruers?
Yeah, we might have to get up with him and maybe find out what that name is there.
Looks like Troy Schruers, Ryan Martin, Chase Cabray, and the 9 of Joel Berkeley. Tell you what, keep an eye on the 9. He's fairly quick around here, but keep an eye on the 4 as well. Chase Cabray. Those two guys are certainly young, and they certainly know how to get around a racetrack. That's for sure.
Absolutely. As they're rolling out about 35 mile an hour here to get set, race control will send them off. Green flag in the air for the qualifying. As these boys are going to get a shot around here is Troy, watching Troy in the number 12 machine right now. Excuse me, the number 4 machine of Chase. We're watching him take his lap, and he's using that high line with a cushion. He's bringing it into play here tonight for Limaland for the Virtual 2 Reality TV, sponsored by PayDayGG. Tonight, 360 sprint machines here.
All right, we have a look. Chase Cabre's first lap time, 11.921. Joe Berkeley, a 12.082. Troy Schruers with a 12.210. Ryan Martin with a 12.2 flat. Chase Cabre, second lap is a lot slower. Berkeley can improve. 11.9 flat, jumps to position number 4.
Oh, I tell you what, Joel, man, trying to get up to the speed charts there. Puts down a pretty good time as Chase is right there on his back deck lid on time-wise, trying to do what he can. Only by, I'll tell you what, Brett, looks like it's only like 21 hundredths of a second, or 21 hundredths of a second off.
Yeah, we seen earlier on Chase Cabre and Joel, really trying to utilize that cushion on the racetrack. And well, the more that the cushion builds up, obviously the more cars that go out there and tear it up. The cushion is only going to get a little bit faster to run. I tell you what, it's certainly going to be an exciting night of racing, that's for sure.
Absolutely. As next 4 cars will be running off here as those have concluded their qualifying time. Looks like Nathan Davis, Cole Nilhoffen. Yeah, there you go. Sounds good to me. Corey Wetzel. And I'm not seeing the actual last 4 one, but I think
22 of Marty Barnes.
22? All right. Don't see him lit up yet. Oh, there he is. 22. He's up top. Yep.
22 of Marty Barnes, the first car on the racetrack. Cole Newhoffen and the Team Friday Sim Speed Shop number 8 machine. Where I drive the 888 machine. Corey Wetzel and Nathan Davis, who's been fairly fast over the past couple of weeks in that 36 machine. So we'll keep an eye on a couple of these drivers. Keep an eye on the number 8 machine of Cole Newhoffen. Expect him to lay down probably at 11.917, I'm going to say.
Good run right now for these guys. Nathan Davis back in the 12th place qualifying spot. Cole Wetzel right there in the 13th. Marty Burns, whoa, did I say that? Look at Cole. He puts it up top in the 3rd spot right now.
Yeah, 11.876. He jumps to position number 3. Wenzel is 15th, picked with a 12.258. Nathan Davis, 14th, picked with a 12.238. And Marty Barnes in position number 11. And keep an eye on Cole Newhoffen, 11.858, his last lap. So he's getting faster. Let's see if he can improve here on lap number 4.
There he is. As race control's already bringing out the next set of drivers out here. Now, one by one, looks like Timothy Smith, Dalen Workman, Chris Brenner, and who was the final one here? I don't see the final one lit up quite yet. I know we got 3 of them out there.
All right, so we got Tim Smith in the 38, Chris Brenner in the 84, Dylan Workman in the 13.
Trying to look for the 4th one.
Maybe Michael Rosendahl in the 32. He's sitting on pit road, so we'll see if the 32. He's going to roll off the racetrack, roll out of pit lane now. So yeah, that's Michael Rosendahl in car number 32. So this is a pretty fast qualifying group. Keep an eye on the 84 of Chris Brenner and also the 38 of Tim Smith.
Okay, good deals. These guys are rolling around 35 mile an hour. Race control is going to give them the signal here to take off tonight. Green flags in the air. We're qualifying for about the 4th set here tonight to set our heat races here. As we're going to watch the 84 here of Chris Brenner and see if he can put down a bad fast time. You heard it from Brett Wheeler there. He says he's a bad fast dude.
He is, along with his teammate as well of Tim Smith. So watching Chris Brenner right now, first lap 12.051. 12.051. Tim Smith with an 11.957. Goes to position number 8, Michael Rosendahl in the 12.418. See if he's better on lap number 2. Doesn't look to me. Dylan Workman with a 12.096. Chris Brenner 11.989. Goes to P number 6, but well, Tim Smith with 11.940 jumps up to position number 7.
Yeah, let me ask you a question here, Brett. You're the master on the dirt here. Does it seem like these drivers, I know you was talking about a lot of these guys very fast, does it seem like that the track's just not coming to them here in the qualifying?
A little bit greasy to start off with. It'll obviously get a little bit faster, sort of as the drivers sort of blow off the wetness in the track, and then it'll start to slow up. But I think with the way that iRacing has got it at the moment, just quickly, Tim Smith, equal fast time 11:8:27, but can be sitting in position number 2 just quietly. But as the track sort of moves up the racetrack, you'll see the tackiness in the track. It'll actually sort of go up onto the cushion, and you'll have like a real grippy cushion. If those drivers can hit that cushion, I mean, it's going to be very, very fast.
Okay, good deal. Well, we got the next set of 4 guys here. Looks like Alex Arans, Robert Kersteller, good, appreciate it, and Brandon Steele and Ryan Vargas. And looks like it's always going to have one more person, but the 35 mile an hour race controls pointing them in that direction here. We're going to get set for qualifying here. It looks like we got at least another couple sets before we go. Like I say, folks, we're only doing 4 at a time out here tonight for qualifying, and then we're going to set our heat tonight here because we got a huge field. And the race control was telling me here that we're actually going to have a C main here tonight, Brett.
It's going to be a lot of racing on this track later on, that's for sure. I mean, the track's going to get slick, the cushion's going to build up, and I think we could be in for quite a few slide jobs later on tonight. Robert Kerstetter in car number 27, getting his first time lap in here around at the Limaland Motorsports Park, coming off of turn number 4. Robert Kerstetter, 11:9:27. Having a look also through some of the other drivers, Brandon Steele in the car number 14, 11:9:97. Ryan Vargas with a 12:4:38. Alex O'Ryan's with a 12:3:72, make that a 12:2:69.
Yeah, it looks like Robert, he was able to, Kurt Steller moved it up in the 8th place spot right there. Brandon Steele looking in the 15th. Alex is 22nd, Ryan Vargas 23rd. And we got our next 4 drivers being called to the start lane here. Trampus.
Kolthoff.
What's that again?
Kolthoff.
Okay. Trampus Kolthoff and Anthony Lepresto. That name sounds familiar. I've heard that name before. Jonathan Smith and Michael Sellers is going to be our next 4 here to start their qualifying time here at Limaland Speedway for the Virtual 2 Reality, sponsored by PayDayGG here. And folks, if you haven't checked out PayDayGG's website, check them out. Look them up and check that site out. I just looked at it, and Brett, I'm going to tell you what, that is an awesome esports gaming and tournament website that they've got going on over there, and it's awesome what they've got going on between Virtual 2 Reality and plus what Virtual 2 Reality TV here offers these drivers as far as money, prizes, and a shot to actually get to drive an actual real car.
It's an amazing opportunity, first of all, the money, to put back into the sim world or the esports world, to give a chance for these drivers to come out here and win some real cash. I mean, that's an opportunity in itself. But I mean, these guys just go another level. They're going to give 20 drivers a chance to compete in the 21st round to win a seat in a real race car.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just a whole nother level of excitement right there.
Man, if sim racing wasn't exciting enough, if racing in general wasn't exciting enough, especially from the dirt, and I like the oval stuff too. A lot of guys over here make fun of me for it, but that's cool. I'm just a racing fan altogether. But as exciting as this stuff is, I mean, just to bring that level to it is we're here. Qualifying's underway for the second set here. These guys are out here digging around. I want to tell you what, look at that Michael Sellers putting in 11th place right now with Anthony Lepresto up to 17th.
Yeah, keep an eye on the 57. He certainly knows how to get around a racetrack. Picked up a 4:10 win yesterday around this racetrack. Anthony Lepresto, 12:2:31. His fastest lap is a 12:037. This lap should be better for the 57, the UW Motorsports driver. It is going to be 11:8:92, and there he is, position number 7. 24th quick for Jonathan Smith. And we also have Travis Kolthoff, 10th quick with 11:965, and Michael Sellers, 11:961. But Anthony Lopresto with an 11.892, the quickest out of those 4 drivers. He moves up to position number 7. And, well, as you said, with we're going to have a C main. I mean, the B main is going to be fairly stacked with, you know, the top 3 drivers. I think we have 4 heats. Are we having 4 heats tonight or 5 heats?
I believe we're, you know what, I haven't heard confirmation from race control yet, Brett. I know I will. As far as the heat races go, I believe we're going to have 4 heats. But I know we're actually going to have a C main, a B main, and then obviously I think they'll do an A main also with the feature. Or if not, they'll just take it straight into the feature.
Yeah, all right. So next couple of cars on the racetrack in car number 92, rolling through turns number 1 and 2. It's Seth Hespy. In car number 10, it's going to be Ryan Sheed. In the car on the front stretch, in the turn number 1 and 2, the 16 of Jeffrey Patterson. And in car number 21, Michael Sheridan.
Yeah, next set of 4 cars here are sprint machines, wing sprints, 360s that is out here. Let's get it right. I call them the kind of a big goat cart out here, but a lot of horsepower for something like that. And these guys know how to use it. They slinging around on the inside, kicking it sideways. And everybody overheard me talk. They already know. I say, look, I got enough trouble walking straight rather than trying to drive these things sideways. So it impresses me when I watch these guys racing.
Yeah, they're a different kettle of fish, let me tell you. We might have to get security up in here just to have you back there here. Chobot, Michael Sheridan, 12.252, position number 28. Seth Espy, 30th quick. And you got Ryan Sheed, 27th quick, and Jeffrey Patterson, the quickest at the moment, in 20th. As you're watching the 21 and Michael Sheridan, 12.312 on that previous lap, as that'll conclude qualifying for that group just then.
Yeah, no, it looks like Jeffrey might have tagged the wall on his second or third pass, trying to get around maybe a better time, but he's going to end up in the 20th spot. It's race controls calling out, looks like Logan Christensen, Shane Kelly to the line. Don't know who else they're about to call. It's either got to be Trevor Royal, Stephen Calavoda. Did I say that right?
Calavoda,
all right. Roger Wagner and John Batista. Is it Batina? Batina.
Oh, Batista's right.
Batista?
All right. So, Logan Christensen, car number 37, rolls out onto the racetrack. Sive Grafke in car number 65 will also roll out onto the racetrack. Apologise if I did butcher that name wrong. We aren't perfect. We are just do what we're being given. And Shane Kelly, car number 34, also on the racetrack as well. So just 3 cars in this group.
That's what I was thinking here, that I'm showing Shane Kelly, Logan Christensen, and actually I'm only showing those 2. Mike Sellers. There it is.
Sellers is back in pit, so it's just these 3 cars in this one, and I dare say John Batista and Trevor Royer and Stephen Calavoda will be the last 3 cars to officially take a time. But Logan Christensen, first lap time for turn number 4, this time by for the number 37 machine is a 12.350. Shane Kelly with a 12.205 and a Grafke with a 12.611.
Absolutely, and there's the V2R virtual to reality PayDayGG machine of say that one more time for me, Brett. Sally Self 64, the 64 or 65 machine.
I'm going to go with Sive Grafke.
Sive Grafke. Okay, sounds good to me.
I'm going to go with Grafke. Right?
And I'm going to go ahead and apologize along with it, folks, if I mess up any names. Drivers, if I mess up any names. Sponsors, please work with me if I mess up any names. I will work my best off up here. And I know Brett's going to help me out because he's an English major, and I'm just a guy, man, from down south.
You might be from down south, but I'm the mouth of the south right now.
Awesome. Good deal. Sounds like a winner to me. Well, I think qualifying is concluded. Logan Christensen's going to be a 20. What's that?
We should have one more group. Batista, Calavoda, and Trevor Royer. Yep. Stephen Calavoda in car number 23 rolling out onto the racetrack. Then we'll have the number 90 machine of Trevor Royer and the 39 of John Batista.
That's absolutely right. So 3 cars are going to run it out here. Batista's bringing them out. Race Control's bringing these drivers out here right now. And I'm getting Word from I got word from Race Control. It's the last group, like you said, out here for the qualifying time, and then he's going to organize up our heats so we can get started on our heats. Green flags out here for the last qualifying tonight.
38 cars officially clocking in for tonight's round number 8 of the Virtual Tour Reality and PayDayGG Sprint Car Series, live from Limaland Motorsports Park. So Stephen Calavoda, the first car to take a time here in the final group of qualifying. We'll see what lap time the 23 can do. It's a 12.861. Trevor Roy with a 12.080 goes to position 21. 11.980 for John Batista goes to position number 14.
Well, I'll tell you what, and Trevor out there got the Jurassic Park machine a-roaring. But you talk about John Batista. He is up to 14. Man's climbing up there with the Valvoline machine. Looking good here at Limaland. The last qualifying session. He's going to try to see if he can improve on it as he comes around. Actually, Trevor Royal does. He moves up to the 13th spot.
Yeah, bumps John Batista back to position number 15 with an 11.973. We have Trevor Roy going to 7th quick, 11.885.
Wow.
So one of the last cars in qualifying jumps into a top 10. And that just goes to show you how close this really is right now. And I believe our top sort of 12 are separated by about a 10th.
Fast field, fast cars, fast drivers here tonight at Limaland. And John Batista made it up to top 10. Like I said, our last ones, both of them made them into 10. So Race Control is getting set here for heats. And this is going to be awesome. 10-lap heats tonight, Brett. And we've got going on here at Limaland, and it's going to be an awesome one here. Virtual2reality.tv, presented by PayDayGG tonight. Tournament-style racing here at Limaland. It's going to be a very, very interesting race. I can't wait. I mean, to get this thing on the road. I mean, last week was exciting, and I mean those guys may put on a show. At Limaland, from what I've seen here so far, Brett, these guys are definitely going to put on one tonight.
Well, I done a race yesterday in the 410s, and yes, the 410s obviously got more horsepower than a 360. I mean, it was just exciting. It was just so breathtaking. Yeah, there was a couple of cautions, but man, just the way these guys are able to run the cushion. And I just counted, out of the 38 drivers, 20 drivers clocked in an 11-second time better than anybody else. We had Nathan Davis, who is capable of winning a race here. I mean, there's probably still another sort of 5 or 6 guys that could have gone quicker. That maybe they just messed up their qualifying times. They're going to have to do it the hard way. They're going to have to come from deep in the back of the pack. It's going to be tough for these drivers to come out from the back and really make their way forward, because with 20 of the drivers already hitting 11-second times. I mean, it just goes to show you how close the competition is tonight.
Hey, absolutely. I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting one here tonight. So definitely, folks, man, get set, get ready, get your refreshments in. And Brett, I know you're probably looking at the chat out there on the Facebook. Let me know how we sound and how we look out there to the viewers and whatnot. Make sure that your volume's good to them, mine's good, the cars are good, everything's good to them. And hey, if they're enjoying the show so far, just give us a few minutes as they're getting the heat section set up right now. And we're going to get to racing here pretty soon, folks.
All right, so yeah, just if you're if you're on the Virtual Tour Reality Facebook page, just let us know how we are sounding. Make sure the volumes are okay. But I haven't heard or haven't seen anything else. Anyone say that we're low or the car sounds okay. So looks all good from the Facebook side.
Well, I just got confirmation 5 heat races here tonight, Brett.
5 heat races. So with our 20 car field.
Absolutely.
For tonight's feature, I'm just trying to do a quick math in my head, but it just seems to me that it doesn't want to work.
What's that?
Well, I'm thinking that if they're taking 25 drivers, so the top 3, if we get the top 3 from each heat, obviously the top 2 will go into tonight's dash from each heat, so that'll give us a 10-car dash rather than an 8-car dash. If we still take the top 3, it means 5 will transfer from the B main unless they decide to put 24 cars on the racetrack. We'll have to get confirmation on that one.
Absolutely. Well, I'm just listening to race control, and he's doing the drivers' meeting right now, and he is about to go get us set here for the heat races and call out the first set of drivers here tonight for us, Brett, to get going. And the more information I get, I definitely will relay it down to you.
You know, that sounds good. And in regards to just Rick Jackson, just in chat, the track will stay, it'll roll over the whole night. It's all been run in the practice session. So it started at a slight usage at 5%, and it's just going to keep going over until they get to the qualifying session, which is going to be the B main.
Well, there'll only be 20 in the main feature. I do know that. Got that word from race control.
All right, so that should mean if we have the top 2 from each heat, it'll send us into a 10-car trophy dash, and then positions 3 from each heat will go directly into the main event. Now, this is just going off what previous weeks have been run by,
right?
Which will give us a 15-car field. So that means we should take 5 from the B main.
Absolutely. Well, we've got our first set of drivers here for our heat race number 1 tonight, as these guys are lining up at the end of pit road here by order of race control. Being brought to you tonight, Roger Wagner, the man up there in the booth. He is definitely controlling all the action here. And folks, if you know how I know I'm what's going on is actually it's almost like a director in my ear here, Brett. I got him in one ear and got you in the other.
Takes a special kind of man to listen to 2 different people at once, and also do cameras and also try and commentate a race. So look, I mean, my virtual hat is off to you since I'm not wearing a hat. I've got a headset on, but heat race number 1, the line that will roll like this. Richard Mature Jr. will start on pole. Ted Witt, car number 331, starts at a position number 2. Inside row 2 to 4 of Chase Cabray lines up alongside brother Cole Cabray in car number 7 out of position number 4. Nathan Davis starts position number 5. Troy Schruers in car number 12 will start position number 6. And go back to Seth Espy and also Ryan Sheed in row number 4 as we are green here at Limaland.
Yes, we are. Green flag, man up front takes off. Richard, he is getting a good jump, but he's got pressure by that 331 machine there of Todd Little. But they are 2 by 2 in the backside, battling it out for about the 4th and 5th place spot.
Chase Cabray got underneath brother of Cole Cabray. Now Cole Cabray in that 7 machine. He's got pressure by Nathan Davis in the 36 on the inside. A great side-by-side battle for 4th and 5th. Top 3 should be transferring into tonight's main event. 4th and 5th will go into the B, and then the rest will go into the C. So we'll keep an eye on the guys behind your top 3 at the moment. With Mature still leading, Mature I should say, leading from Ted Liet. We go back to Chase Cabray. So at the moment, the bottom side is where it's at right now, as Nathan Davis uses the top side to get around Cole Cabray in that 36.
Yes, it is. Right now, the battle's on for about 4th place spot right there between the 7th and what is it, Cole Cake? What is that dude's name? My bad. Cabray, my bad. Sorry about that. I done messed that all up.
There's 2 Cabrays in this one. There's Chase and Cole.
Chase and Cole. Good deal. Must be Ken. Oh, up into the wall there with the 36 machine. He took it up there high and wide, tried to run the cushion, and ran it right up into the wall.
And Nathan Davis trying to utilise that cushion just to try and build it up a little bit more. It's only going to get faster throughout the night. Cole Cabray, little mistake coming off at turn number 4. Not going to lose any spots at the moment. We will still see your race leader from Ted Liet and then Chase Cabray in that 4 machine. Hanging on to position number 3 at the moment. As Nathan Davis starting to reel in that 4 machine. What can he do? It's one thing to catch him, and now he needs to pass him if he can get close enough to him.
White flag one more time this round. Here we go for the final time here for heat race number 1. The man out front, Richard, he has got it locked down along with Ted right there behind him. But the battle's on for 3rd. Can't get it done out of the last turn. Checkered flags out.
All right, so Richard Mature will get the win from Ted Liet in that 331. Comes home in 2nd. Chase Cabray finishes 3rd. 4th is going to go to the 36 of Nathan Davis. 5th will go to Cole Cabray. The 10 of Ryan Sheen comes home in 6th. Seth Espy in Canada 2 finishes 7th. And rounding out the 8-car field in car number 12 is Troy Shrillers.
And there you see the cars lined up in the order as they finish. The 33, 331, 4, 36, and the 7 machine there. All lined up. There's another one behind them. Can't see him, but you're right, Brett, man. What a heat race number 1 is those cars right there lined up. And we'll get these guys, man, wound up in heat race number 2.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting. We're going to have Tim Smith alongside Trevor Royer. We'll have Travis Coltoff. We'll have Lewis Hewitt. I think we'll have Shane Kelly. We'll have Jonathan Smith. We'll have a look and see what else we have. Probably Stephen Calavoda.
Yep,
and
Timothy Smith.
Probably Nicholas Sanchez. They're my 7 or 8 cars in this one, so we'll have to wait and see how they come out on the racetrack.
Yeah, we got, looks like Timothy Smith, Trevor Royal, Trampus, Ryan Martin. Coltoff, my bad. Trampus Coltoff, is that right?
Yep.
I'll definitely get that one right before tonight's over with, Brett. My apologies. Looks like we've got Shane Kelly going to be involved in this one, and Jonathan Smith.
All right, so row 1, Tim Smith in the 38. Trevor Royer, position number 2. Row 2 will be Travis Coltoff and Ryan Martin. Go back to Shane Kelly, Jonathan Smith, and Stephen Calavoda and Nicholas Sanchez. Rounding out our 8-car field, as we should be getting the green flag this time by. Another 10 laps on the board.
And we're going green this time by here, Brett, as they're coming out of the turn. Race control's about to wave that green flag for heat race 2. Green flag, we're flying here, and these guys are definitely flying at Limaland. The battle's on for the lead up front. Is that 90 machine there? Trevor trying to look on the high side, but he can't get it done as they go nose to tail here coming out of 2.
Yeah, Coltoff gets back into that third spot, bumping Ryan Martin back into the fourth. Oh, we got a car upside down.
Caution.
It's the 26 of Jonathan Smith. Just got up over the cushion. Got up over the cushion in turns 1 and 2. And well, a little bit of a wild ride for the 26. Gets back on all fours. His race is done for in heat race number 2.
Yeah, just got up there in the cushion, got on the wall like I'm seeing the replay here. Caution's out. Heat race number 2 here. Jonathan Smith, I believe he's going to retire it on into the pits as we're lined them back up single file here. Tight, fast, and fierce. Not going green this time, so we're holding off. Going green next time here, Brett.
All right, so we'll see what the UW Motorsports driver in that Ultra Dirt TV number 38 can do. Tim Smith leading the Jurassic Park, number 90 of Trevor Royer. In the Sodak Racing League, who's you're on board in the 421, Trampus Coltoff. Back there in 3rd, Tim Smith getting us back underway here in heat race number 2. Will lead us down into 1 and 2, and Ryan Martin got a horrible start there. As now he's going to have pressure from the 34, and they made contact into turn number 3 and 4.
Caution's out.
Caution should wave.
It is, and that one's going to be Ryan Martin. Let's go back here and see what happened. Looks like he just got tangled up with another machine back here. We'll let the viewers see what happened on the replay. He caught the tire down there. It got him slowed up a little bit. When he did, the 34 and him got tangled together, and we'll just threw those carts all around. Unfortunate right there. Just one of them racing deals, and we're back green flag racing just like that.
All right, so Smith will resume the race leading to turn number 3 and 4. Royer back there in 2nd, Coltoff in 3rd, Calavoda and Sanchez. Little battle there as they came off of turn number 4 this time. As we're back off turn number 2. We're down the back straight away. Tim Smith, your race leader. This track is fairly narrow at the moment, but it will widen out. Coming out, I think race 4 or 5, I reckon. Certainly have 2 lines developing. Hopefully that top side of the cushion will start to come into effect. But Tim Smith, your race leader, doing it all too easy out in front. The 90th Trevor Royer, looking to secure that 2nd spot and transfer into tonight's dash.
Absolutely, and Trevor right now is trying to run down our leader, Timothy, up front. Trying to use that middle lane right there. Nobody's venturing up to the high line right now. You see Trampus right there in the 3rd place spot. He's behind these. He's falling off the pace a little bit, so it's kind of nose to tail right now. The battle's on for the lead. If that 90 of Trevor could just get a little close, I think it's white flag this time by.
So half the track to run now. 2 more corners for Tim Smith as he goes into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Tim Smith will pick up the win here in heat race number 2. Trevor Royer will grab second. Third, we've got a Trevor Scoldorf. Fourth is going to be Stephen Calavona. Nicholas Sanchez rounds out the top 5. And we had Shane Kelly and a couple of other people DNFing in that one. But that's heat race number 2, done and dusted.
Absolutely, and there's your 5 cars that was remaining here in heat race number 2. So as these guys get lined up, so race control get them all in order. We're going to get to the second group here for heat race 3 tonight. As they're going to bring them off the pit road. Heat race 3. They're calling them out right now, Brett. Wagerman is one of them. We'll go ahead and bring him out. It's like Wagner, Anthony Lepresto, Jeffrey Patterson, Logan Christensen, and Michael Rosendale. My bad.
So the 19 Troy Wagnerman in Calvin 19 will start out of position number 1. I'm not going to lie, this is a fairly stacked heat race. Out of position number 2 will be the 84 of Chris Brenner. Teammate to Chris Brenner in caliber 57, Anthony Lepresto, will start out of position number 3. Lewis Stewart will start out of position number 4. Position 5 should be Jeffrey Patterson to his outside 37 of Logan Christensen. Michael Rosendale and Slav Grafke will be your 8th car in this one. And well, this is probably the stacked heat race of the night so far.
And we're going green this time by here. Just got the word from race control up there. There's a man up front in that number 19 machine along with Anthony Lepresto. Here we go. We're getting set, Brett, to go green flag racing.
All right, Wagnerman and Lepresto, Brenner and Hewitt. We are green. Oh, Lewis Hewitt already been turned around on the start. We are going to go yellow.
Well, it looks like what happened there is just kind of an accordion effect. Cart didn't get going, spun the tires. Don't know who that was right off, but he kind of looked like he spun the tires, got messed up, tapped the wall, and boy, that nobody behind him. They just kind of bumped right into him.
All right, so Lewis Stewart missing a front wing. As looks like it's going to get his spot back, so a complete restart. And we're going to probably go green this time by.
No, they're going to go green next time by. Just got the word.
All right, so one more time around the Limaland Motorsports Park as these drivers, Troy Wagner, Anthony Lepresto, Chris Brenner, and Lewis Hewitt. Well, it's unfortunate. One of these drivers are going to be in either tonight's B or C main. The 3 of them should go on to tonight's main event. Keep an eye on the 57 Lepresto. I dare say he might go to the cushion and try and rail that 57 around the outside of the 19. We're getting set to go green off of turn number 4. We are green, and Wagner is going to get a good launch into turn number 1 and 2. Hewitt goes to the top side, runner underneath, teammate on the Presto, side by side down the back straight away.
Yeah, they are side by side as they come out of the turn right there. The 84 machine down low, Chris, but up top you got Lepresto. He is trying to, like you said, pressure that high line on the cushion and get a run. Boy, he had a check up right there, though. It ran all over the man right there in the 57 or the extra 19.
Yeah, Brennan now going to the cushion. Oh, not in the cushion. He's on the top side. He's on the outside of Lepresto. Lewis Hewitt, in fact, getting underneath Jeffrey Patterson. Lewis Hewitt missing a front wing, so that car is going to be a handful right now. If he can hang on to a top 5, he'll at least put himself into tonight's B main rather than the C main. So we'll keep an eye on Hewitt and see what he can do later on in this race. But Troy Wagner right now, your race leader over Chris Brennan and Anthony Lepresto, your top 3. And we're going to see later on tonight in tonight's main events.
Yeah, it is. Dogfight up front. Man out front right there. Troy, he's got a good run. But boy, I tell you what, Chris Brenner, he almost, actually, Anthony Presto almost lost it. And it looks like Chris is right there battling for the lead coming into the turn. He almost had a look on the inside.
Yeah, he's trying to make the very bottom of the track work right now.
Caution.
Both drivers are running different lines. Lewis Stewart, as he was turned around coming off of turn number 4, so the 666 machine. Well, he's had a bad couple of nights on Wednesday night in the Northwest Focus Mid Series. He actually went quick time, won his heat, won the dash, and then in turns 1 and 2, he actually got punted from behind. So that ended his campaign in the midget series, and well, he's not having a good night here in the sprint cars.
Absolutely. Where are we going? Back green flag racing. As they're going to go single file this time around here to get this heat race started off. There's a man up front, Troy Wagner. Into the little Presto right there along with it. Chris Brenner, green flag's out, and they take off for the top 3 or 4. That number 84 machine's going to try that low line once more.
Hey, he's just trying to run a different line. In fact, he's going to follow Wagner to the middle of turn number 3 and 4. The Presto also following suit right now. And we got the Comedian Michael Rosendahl trying to come on the inside of Logan Christensen. He makes the pass, but here's the 65 Grafke on the inside. He gets a little bit top. Rosendahl gets him back around the outside. Rosendahl into position number 5, so looking for a B-lane transfer spot.
Yeah, man, this is the white flag. So coming out of the last turn right now. One more time for Troy. He crosses. Checkered flag. He's going to take it along with Chris Brenner. And that man, Anthony Presto, is the top 3 spots.
Well, there we have it. It'll be Jeffrey Patterson coming home in 4th. 5th is going to be Michael Rosendahl. 6th will be Logan Christensen or Lewis Stewart. It'll be one of the two in this. And then rounding out the field is going to be Grafke in car number 65. So Troy Wagman and Chris Brenner you will see later on in tonight's dash. And Anthony Lepresto will also make it into tonight's feature event. Now I'm hoping that we are taking the top 3 from each heat.
Yeah, eventually I'll get that word here from Race Control. I know that they're listening to see. I know we're taking the top 3 pretty much, I believe. It's just a matter of not if they're going to take more or whatnot. It's 20 drivers total that will be in the feature tonight, Brett.
So I'm just going to try and get word from Race Control, a confirmation on that one, just while we're waiting. But we're going to get set for the 4th heat race of the night, and this is going to be a fairly good front row. It's going to be the number 8 of Cole Newhoffen, and just confirmed, yes, top 3 to the feature, top 2 to the trophy dash, so we were right.
All right.
Joel Berkeley will start out of position number 2, the 15 of Michael Sellers starts out of position number 3. Mark Pinsky will start out of position number 4, the 22 of Marty Barnes starts out of position 5. The 83, Chance Crum, starts position number 6, and Michael Sheridan will start out of position number 7, and just 7 cars in this heat race.
So we got a heat race going on here. I think it's heat race number 4 we got underway here.
Heat 4, correct.
All right, heat race 4, men of 5 here tonight. Been a very good run in here tonight with the Virtual2Reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. As we get set here to go green flag racing across this line. Yep, going green this time, Brett.
All right, 10 on the board, another 3 to the main event tonight. Newhoffen and Berkeley. Oh, Berkeley going to jump the start there. As we're going to have a restart on that one. The 29 of Pinsky got into the back of Berkeley. And will they penalise John Berkeley for jumping the start? Because he certainly got on the gas a lot quicker than anybody else.
Yeah, I was just getting word right there, Brett, that the pole sitter just got to maintain speed out there. And got to maintain the speed. If not, well, they're going to penalize them up front. So, got to maintain that 35-mile-an-hour speed.
All right, so it's Cole Newhoffen and Joel Berkeley in the front row. We're getting set to go green this time by. For turn number 4, we are racing here. Heat race number 4. Newhoffen gets a good start, immediately slides up. And now Berkeley back to the inside, down the back straight away into 3 and 4. Berkeley going to throw a slider on Newhoffen. Newhoffen tries to cross underneath, and now he gets Pinsky. Pinsky going upside down, and the caution will wave.
Man, tangled up right there coming out of turn 4. And those guys just got all messed up there. But boy, them guys came out the gate like a bunch of wild bulls on the track here on the dirt of Limaland, and were just all over the top of each other.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, opening lap, you know, drivers just trying to make their moves early on. It's a 10-lap race. I mean, it's going to go by very, very quickly, that's for sure. But now, I tell you what, early caution, Cole Newhoffen, your pole sitter, will now restart at the back of the field. Joel Berkeley getting set to go green this time by.
Yes, we are. Green flag in the air, Brett. And we're back up racing, and the man in third spot didn't get a good jump, but they are battling it out up front there. As it looks like Joel, he takes off to the front side, the 15 of Michael. He's trying to do everything he can to probably pull him in.
Yeah, Settler's going to have a tough time reeling in that number 9 machine. How about Marty Barnes in the 22, qualified 24. He's now holding on to an A-main transfer, but he's got a chance. Crum looking to the outside. He pulls in behind the number 22 as they go into 1 and 2 right now. Crum looks to the outside. Cole Newhoff now back up to position number 5 as he gets on the inside of Michael Sheridan for 5th and 6th. The chance, Crum, he got into the back of Barnes there. He's going to lose 1-2 spots right now.
Yeah, he actually got a good momentum run right there and ran right up into the back end of Marty. Nothing that he could do, just one of them racing deals. Well, they're racing it out back there in the back. Your top 3 guys right now, though, the number 15, man, he's in second place. That's actually Michael Sellers. And then you actually got the number 9 of Joel Berkeley out front. And then the 22, 22 of Marty Burns sitting there in the third place spot.
Yeah, chance Crum upside down off the turn number 2. As we are still green here right now, so Joel Berkeley continue to lead this one. Sellers in second. Marty Barnes, a great job hanging on the third. Keep Cole Newhoff and Kenny catching. As we go into 3 and 4. Can you let me know when the white flag is up? Because I've lost count on how many laps we're up to.
One more time.
Now here we go, 1 lap to go for Joel Berkeley to put that number 9 machine in tonight's dash. Michael Sellers as well. That's how they're going to finish. Joel Berkeley gets the win second. We'll go to Michael Sellers third. He's going to go to Marty Barnes. And Marty Barnes putting that number 22 machine in tonight's main event. Third, that's fourth, is going to be Cole Newhoff. And fifth is going to be Michael Sheridan. We'll see these drivers in the B main. Mark Pinsky, unfortunately, will be in the C main along with Chance Crum.
Absolutely. See them lined up right there. Good heat race number 4s. We're heading off to the final heat race of the night. Heat race number 5 as our race controls right now getting his order set up here of who's going to the feature, who's going to the trophy dashes, and our C and B mains here tonight. So far, awesome racing here from Limaland Speedway for the virtual2reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. And that's right, we're at Limaland Motorsports Park, folks. That's very good racing so far that these guys have put on.
Yeah, with the final heat race of the night, we'll see a final 3 drivers directly lock into tonight's main event. As we're just waiting on the cars to roll off a pit lane as all the cars look to be starting to roll. But we'll go through your lineup here in just a moment. I think what we have up after this one, I think we run the Trophy Dash first and then we run the C and B main.
That's it. I believe you're right there. Trophy Dash and the C and B main. Or, yeah, C and B main.
Yep. So we'll certainly never know. Some drivers might be trying to do the alphabet soup, but Robert Kerstetter, car number 27, lines up out of position number 1. The 39 of John Batista starts position 2. Corey Wenzel out of position number 3. Brandon Steele in car number 14 will line up out of position number 4. The 13 of Dylan Workman starts position 5. Ryan Vargas will start position number 6, and Alex Orions in car number 5 will start out of position number 7. We'll see if Kerstetter can continue the trend of the front row cars in the jump going into 10 of 1 and 2. 10 on the board. They're set to go green. Heat race number 5.
Man, green flag's about to fly here at Limaland. Next time by, we're going green flag, Brett.
All right, so they made a bit of a liar out of me, but I guess we're just trying to make sure the order was correct and get these drivers maintaining the pace as they go down the back straight away. And we'll see if that cushion is going to start to come into effect. I called about heat race 4 or 5 as we are agreeing with Robert Kerstetter. Got the jump on the rest of the field right now. Batista running back there in second. Now look at Brandon Steele in the 14 trying to get on the inside. The third right now, can he make the pass coming up at turn number 4? He does, he gets the inside, but he gets shuffled back to the 4th right now with Brandon Steele looking for that third and final transfer spot.
Yes, he is. He's fighting back on the inside there, and he hangs on to the inside, though. Corey, though, actually has to fall back a little bit. He's got his hands full, looks like with the, not quite sure what number that is, Brett.
13 of work.
13. Okay, 13. I got a few more cars on my checklist here. I think a few of them are still on the pit road there.
Yeah, Brennan Steele actually just got a little bit loose coming off of turn number 4, and he actually came down into the side of Wenzel there. That allowed Workman to get by, so Dylan Workman up into that third and final transfer spot right now. He's trying to hang on. He's still got about 5 or 6 seconds left to run, but it's all Robert Kirsten and John Batista who right now are running the cushion, and they are putting on a show.
Absolutely, man. Corey Wenzel right there, and that number 15 machine, or a 888 machine, excuse me. He's running up here so far, looking very good. And like you said, in front of him, John Batista up front there, along with Robert. Those 2 cars better check it out.
Now, those 2 cars are in a different zip code right now, probably in a different state. They're going that far in front, but Dylan Workman, tell you what, I'm impressed. He qualified 25th. He had to start position number 5. He got past Steele and Wenzel, and now up into the third and final transfer spot. Looks like we might be yellow.
Yellow flag, and they're going to give us 2 laps to go here. So got that word from race control. Was on the back stretch back there, but yeah, you're right, Robert Costello. He's out front, boy. Costello. Is that right, Costello? Kersteller, my bad. Gonna line them up single file here and get set to go green flag racing. Gonna be 2 to go.
Well, looks like they'll go green next time by. 27 Kerstetter.
Yep.
Will have the lead over Batista, and Workman gets top 3 right now. Wenzel and Vargas, both those drivers at the moment sitting in a B main transfer spot. They can't go any further because there's only 5 cars left on the racetrack for the final heat race of the night. Kerstetter brings them into turn number 3 and 4. It's a green-white checker. Joe, as Kerstetter will lead, and he will get us back underway here in heat race number 5, the 5th and final heat race of the night. My eyes are peeled on the 13 to see if he can hang on to a podium spot to get it into tonight's main event.
Absolutely. As come out of the last turn here, they're going to get the white flag for one more time here as a battle for the lead pursues up front. You're talking about the 13, but he's under fire by the 888 machine of Corey, but also John Batista's all over the back end there, Robert, and Robert's going to get him.
Yeah, Kerstetter gets the win from Batista, and Dylan Workman hangs on to that third and final transfer spot. 4th is going to go to Wenzel, and Ryan Vargas will come home in that 5th place, and that will conclude all the heat racing done tonight.
Wow.
Get set. Yeah, let's look. 5 heat races done and dusted fairly quickly, as we're going to have a trophy dash coming up next, and we'll run into our C and B main, and then we'll get set for later on for tonight's main event.
And that's right, folks. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We're here live, Limaland Motorsport Park, as our race crew is going to set it up here for our first mains here, get all that situated in our features. As we just concluded all 5 of our heats tonight here at Limaland. Virtual2reality.tv, presented by PayDayGG tonight. Very good run so far. Brett, I tell you what, these guys out here throughout the heats putting on an awesome show. I mean, I saw some good side-by-side. Now, what do you think we're going to expect as these mains come about? Are we going to maybe start seeing some guys travel up high?
Oh, I just seen, we've seen Kerstetter and Batista run on the cushion. I think that's sort of going to set the tone for the rest of the night. Yeah, there's still a bit of moisture down low, but it is starting to slicken off. I think the top side is where it's at. The cushion's not fully built up yet, but there's still enough of a cushion at both ends of the racetrack to to put your big right rear up on, and really carry some momentum coming off of turn 2 and 4. So I think you'll see a lot of the drivers in the trophy dash coming up. I think we'll see a lot of these drivers, really go to that cushion just to test it out, because this is really their last chance to test this out before they get on track for the A main, because they're going to have a couple of races in between. They'll have a C and a B main before they actually get back out onto the racetrack. So, I mean, this is going to tell basically the story for the rest of the night, I think. Absolutely,
and and I know here as far as the track goes. Let me get a real quick on the race info. We're looking at 72 degrees track temperature. So it's trying to listen right now. 13 in the C main. Just got confirmation of that one, Brett. Going to start right now for the C main.
All right, so we're going C main and trophy dash, maybe?
Yeah, I haven't got that confirmation yet. I just know we're going to C main with 13 machines.
All right, now, have you got music on in the background or somewhere?
Yeah, I do. Don't anymore.
Awesome stuff. Thank you.
Nobody noticed that? Darn.
There was a couple of people that just mentioned it to me.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad they did, because you know sometimes I know it's when I have the intro and all, but yeah. Anyways, we're awesome.
But he's just one man trying to do 5 different things at once. So,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I'm sorry. I know what it's like. It's a tough deal when you're trying to run cameras, trying to listen to race control, trying to commentate, and then trying to make sure everything's smooth on the stream. So, and not to mention, you know, I think you got 2 streams or 3 streams going.
Yeah, we got a multi-streams going tonight. We're live YouTube on the Virtual to Reality Facebook site, and we're also live on Twitch tonight here. So pick your poison on what you want to look at. Gonna be a good one as we're here in the C-Main, folks, tonight. And hey, you know, I just enjoy doing the stuff up here in the booth, Brett. I love doing this type of stuff. I love this excitement these guys and the energy they bring in this dirt track racing here. It's just awesome racing is all I got to say.
It's the best form of motorsport, just hands down, flat out. Ryan Sheet, car number 10, starts on pole. The 20 from them. Not even let you attempt to get a word in on that one. Ryan Barnes starts out at position number 2. Logan Christensen alongside Mark Pinsky. The 14 of Brandon Steele lined up alongside Troy Schrewers. Lewis Shilton, Shane Kelly. The next row, Chance Crump, Alex O'Ryan's. As we are getting set for tonight's C-Main. Keep it on the 666 to work his way through the field.
And absolutely, we're going to try to keep this thing here light for you as the 10 machine takes off up front there. He's looking very good. That's Ryan, and they are 4 wide out of turn 4, Brett.
Oh, wow. Brandon Steele getting caught up in a ball. Chance Crum. Wow, Alex O'Ryan's, and we are yellow. Man,
wow.
It is just an all-out dogfight out there to try and get into the transfer spots.
Man, and I'm going to tell you, you're right. Those guys came out of turn 4, and they were 4 wide at the small track of Limaland, and we're putting on a show. And I've said it time and time again, if this kind of show does not get your blood pumping, your hair jumping up down your skin, and making you want to run to your neighbor's house, I don't know what to do for you. We got ice skating, I guess we could show.
You ain't got a pulse if this doesn't give you goosebumps.
Man, yeah.
All right, restart order. Ryan Sheet in car number 10, Logan Christensen, and the 12 of Troy Schrewers, Brandon Steele in 4th position. 5th is going to be Lewis Schilt, the 92, Seth Hespy, the 26, Jonathan Smith. Shane Kelly looks like getting shuffled back. Chance Crump, Alex O'Ryan's. We go back to the 65. We've got Pinsky there as well, Slav Grafke, and Ryan Martin at the back of the bus for this one. I'm not sure how many transfer out of this one.
4. I believe I remember him saying 4. Race control.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on our 4th and final spot. So Lewis Stewart at the moment, 1 spot out of a transfer. Brandon Steele hangs on to that 4th and final transfer spot. Can we see a green flag this time by? Looks like we're going to go next time by potentially.
Yep, and our next time by when they start is going to be a lap 4 here also, Brett, just to give you a heads up. And 8 to go.
Nice. Okay, 8 to go. There we go. That was the next question that I had.
Just got it.
All right, 8 left to run here in tonight's C-Main. Ryan Sheet getting set to roll off for turn number 4, and we are green here at Limaland. Christensen and the 12 of Troy Schrewers. Brandon Steele in that 4th and final transfer spot, but here comes Lewis Hewitt around the outside into turn number 3 and 4. Schrewers gets a little bit out of shape coming off the turn number 4. Hewitt up to position 4 right now, looking, not done just yet. He's going to look to try and get around the outside of Troy Schrewers.
Absolutely. There's a man up front, that number 10 machine. He is trying to hold off a hard charge of the 37 there. That would actually be the number 37, Logan Christensen. He's on the inside. Here comes the 12, though, like you talked about, of Troy. But don't count out Lewis Hewitt. He's getting into the mix with the 666.
It's a dogfight right now for your top 4. You got Christensen on the inside. You got Sheen, Schrewers, and Hewitt all on the top side. Here is the 92, Seth Hespy as well, trying to throw his name into the mix. Oh, Hewitt and Hespy, they come together. Hewitt, he's going to lose a spot. Give the spot to Hesby. Hewitt back to the inside. Oh, no, the Christensen. Oh, wow. Hewitt kept it going right now.
Caution flag, though.
No,
they called caution on it, yeah. 2 to go when they go back, green flag, but they called a caution on that one. Lewis Hewitt got tagged a little bit. He held on to it, but the cart got around just a little bit.
Wow, Hewitt, he has just had a horrible run of luck over the last couple of days. So, I mean, you know, he's had a good run over the past 8 weeks. He's picked up the most amount of cash from the Virtual 2 Reality and also PayDayGG tournaments, whether it's in midgets or sprint cars, but he's certainly been one to watch over the past 8 weeks, but maybe the spotlight on him tonight is just not having the luck that he needs. Absolutely.
Chance Crum sitting right there in the 4th place spot. Watch out for him. He could be a sleeper here tonight. 37 there, Logan Christensen. Get set here to line them back up here. Getting them back in race order here. Race control is. Get us back here going in the green flag here for our C main here tonight.
All right, so there's just a little bit of a communication here with race control and the drivers. Wow, Lewis Hewitt going to get put back to 3rd last. And just looking at the drivers, he needs to pass 5 cars in 2 laps. It's going to be tough, not going to lie.
We're going green this next time by when we come off forward.
All right, this time we come into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Ryan Sheep to lead the field. 2 laps left to run. And we're back underway in tonight's C-Main. Troy Schrewer's Logan Christensen and Chance Crum. Look at Hewitt. He's already got past about 4 cars, but he gets caught up with Alex O'Ryan's as those guys. The race will be done. Caution is out.
Yeah, quite sure. Looks like the 65 was involved in that one. And that's, I'll let you do that name.
65, Saf Grafke.
Saf Grafke. I promise I will get that right eventually. What's up, John? How you doing out there? What's that, Brett?
Hewitt is still running, so he's still a chance. I think we've still got 2 to go. I'm not sure whether we completed a lap or not. But with Chance Kramer sitting in the 4th and final transfer spot, Hewitt is still going to pass 2, 4, 5, 4 cars now.
Absolutely. I'm just listening to race control, see how many laps we got left here. Letting you know one of the drivers has to go in the pit. 2 to go when we go to green.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on the 4th and final transfer spot. So as we are set to go green, we say 2 to go?
2 to go, yes sir.
All right, back underway. 2 laps left to run. C-Main, top 4 will transfer. She gets a good start on Schrewer's Christensen. And now Chance Crum still in that 4th and final transfer spot. And Lewis Hewitt having no luck yet again. He's well, he might as well just throw away this 9. 1 lap to run here. In fact, half a lap as they come into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Ryan Sheep will pick up the win. Troy Schrewer's will get 2nd. 3rd, we'll go to Christensen. Chance Crum will get 4th.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, that battle for 2nd spot right there between Logan and the number 12 machine, that was a mere feat that they came across the line with right there.
Wow, that was very, very close. But that will send quite a few drivers home tonight. And those guys are going to have to do what we're doing. And we're going to have to sit, well, they're going to have to sit and watch the B main.
All right. We'll just listen to race control. They're setting them up here to get the guys the rundown order here for the C main. Folks, you're tuning in here tonight. We're live here tonight with the Virtual2Reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. Want to appreciate all the viewers out there on the Facebook side of things, the YouTube side. So we got a couple over there. John Marine, he's one of the Brett. He's one of the guys that follows here at OSR Network all the time, and he says hello to Joe and hello to the Aussie fellow.
Oh, hello. I physically can't see you in chat, but that's what's that YouTube chat?
That is YouTube, yes sir.
Oh, hello, good sir.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Brett Wheeler. I'm going to tell you what, you check Brett Wheeler out on Ultimate Dirt TV. Guy, man, definitely call some races. You can actually check him out with me every once in a while, too, on Team VLR, with sponsored by Accelerated on Tuesdays. But you can check him out here on Wednesday nights at Ultimate Dirt TV, and I believe for several other nights you can. I don't know, just go to Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook. He's got his schedule there. That'll work.
Well, okay, well, this is my schedule, and I won't go into what leagues and stuff, but, you know, Sunday night, Monday night, no, Monday night I'm actually free, I think. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night.
There you go, folks. You got it. Heard it first here. I'm listening to Race Control right now. Just give me a second. Let me listen to what he's trying to set us up for the B main.
All right, so it looks like we're going to go to the B main first, according to maybe what Race Control is saying, and then we'll get set into the dash. And what they'll do is after the B main and trophy dash, you'll see about 5 drivers go on the racetrack, and that'll be the guys that finish third in each of the 5 heat races, because they haven't seen the track in quite some time, whereas the drivers, you know, in tonight's, looks like it's going to be the dash rolling out first.
Yep.
So the dash car's just rolling towards the end of pit road. So after the B main, you'll see 5 drivers go out and do a couple of laps, and that's just the guys that finished third, just to give them a little bit of track time and track knowledge, just to feel what the track has changed. You know, because if you finish third in heat race number 1, I mean, there's been a lot of racing on it from that first heat. That driver that finished third in that first heat, you know, he hasn't been on the track since the first heat. And, well, you know, with the dirt track, it changes every lap.
Absolutely. So listen to Race Control, setting these guys up here, putting them in the right order. So we got, looks like, Brett, 14 guys out there, I believe it is.
Should be just 10, top 2
10,
from
my bad. Yep.
each heat. Richard Murtaugh on the pole in 33 to 38. Tim Smith starts position number 2. Troy Wagaman in position number 3. Joel Berkeley out of position 4. Robert Kerstetter out of 5. Ted Liette out of position 6. Trevor Royer out of position 7. Chris Brenner out of position 8. In the 15, sorry, it's Michael Sellers and John Batista out of position number 10. We get set to go green here in tonight's dash. How they finish this one is how they will line up the top 10 starting positions in tonight's main event right now. Third is Berkeley over Wagman right now. So I said it before, that this is the dash drive. This is where they're going to go to the cushion, and this is where you'll see the top start to play into effect.
Absolutely. Very good battle up front amongst those 3 machines right there. 33 of Richards is out front. Timothy right there behind him. And you got the 19 of Troy. Has his full 10 laps here in this one. The battle's on for second spot, though, here. And that looks like that's the actual 38 machine there. Timothy, he's got the 9 behind him of Joel Berkeley.
Yeah, Berkeley all over that rear crash bar of 38. Tim Smith, they go into turn number 1 and 2. No, that's 3 and 4. As old Smith makes a little mistake, that's going to give Berkeley the top side of the racetrack. Smith slides up in front of him right now. There is battles all over the racetrack right now. A lot of fast cars. Berkeley going to go to the inside in turn number 3 and 4. No, Smith back around the outside. Be careful, Berkeley, because you make a mistake like that again, and Wagman's going to pass you on the outside.
Yeah, it is, 19.
Yeah, the Wagman. Speaking of Wagman, he's now looking at the inside of the turn number 4. Looking for third right now. Wagman going to try and slide up. Slides to the cushion, but Berkeley's cleared him.
Ah, yeah, sorry about that, Brett, there, but I will tell you what, it looks like, though, the 9 machine of Joel was trying that low line, wasn't working out. Now he's up high on the cushion there, along with the man in the second place spot, who's rolling around in that 38 machine, and that's Timothy. As looks the 33 of Richard out front, 2 to go this time by.
2 to run for Birdsall. Smith just caught the wall in turns 1 and 2. Berkeley right on the back bumper, now going to go to the inside of the turn number 4. The white flag is out. Berkeley looking for the low line in 1 and 2. The low line's gone right now. It's all on top of the racetrack. The Mertzel will come out on turn number 4. He will get the win in tonight's dash. Tim Smith will come home in second. Third is going to go to Berkeley. 4th, Troy Wagaman. 5th is going to be Kerstetter. 6th will go to Sellers, and you go back to Batista, Royer, Chris Brenner finishes in 9th. Very surprised about that one. And Ted Liette comes home in position number 10. And there it is, our top 10 finishes. That's how they will start in tonight's main event.
And that was awesome running right there. Those guys just threw those machines in there sideways and was just awesome running up front. Very good. Like you said, it looked like that low line just was going away and everybody had to slide up high to get it around that track, and Joel just couldn't get the bite down low and had to move it up on the top side to the cushion part here at Limaland. So, Trophy Dash underway here. Looks like we're going to head off into the B main tonight here, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, B main, we're going to have, I think, about 16 or 18 cars in tonight's. Should have 14 actually, so we should have positions 4 and 5 from the 5 heat races. So that'll give us 10 cars, and then the 4 drivers that transferred from the C. So we should have a 14 car B main. And I think the top 5.
Okay, I got confirmation for you, Brett. 14 cars for 20 laps in the B main. He's going to take about a 2-minute break right fast. Let these guys go out here and kind of run around, do a little practicing. Kind of gives us a quick break and whatever. Folks, we'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back, folks. We're back here. We're 5 of them. We're going to make them to the A main here tonight as we're advancing over the session for the B main.
Yeah, this is the last chance that these guys will have a chance to try and lock themselves into the 20-car feature later on tonight. And, you know, this is where it really gets cutthroat right now, because if you're inside of a B main, if you're inside of those top 5 spots, you know, this is where you want to hang on to those top 5. And, well, if you're outside of those top 5, you're going to make moves that, well, normally you shouldn't make.
He's calling them out right now. Find one of these guys right here so I can clip on him. Nathan Davis is one of those gentlemen. We're going to be out there 20 laps here in this main, B main. We also got 14 drivers out here this time, Brett.
Yeah, 14. 5 will tag the back of the drivers that have already qualified into tonight's main event. The other 9 drivers, well, they're going to be like us. They're going to be watching, whether it's in-game or whether it's on one of the live streams. So it's going to be an all-out brawl right now. 20 laps on the board.
20 laps.
All right, Nathan Davis and Stephen Calavoda, row 1. Cole Newhoffen and Jeffrey Patterson, row 2. Cole Cabray-Wenzel, row 3. You got Michael Rosendahl moving his way up as well. Nicholas Sanchez in car number 18. Michael Sheridan and Ryan Vargas. Ryan Shee, Troy Schruers, Chance Crum, and Logan Christensen. So there we have it, our 7 rows for tonight's B main.
Going green this time.
To go green this time by, we'll have one more. In fact, they're going into turn number 3 and 4 now.
And the green flag's about to fly here for the B main here. 20 laps, Limaland. Green flag's out. These guys get a good start. As that man in the 36 machine up there, Nathan Davis, he rumbles, but they are 4 wide in the back of the field back there.
Yeah, watch for this cushion to really come into effect right now. Oh, we have the 18 getting involved with the 21 of Sheridan, but they stay green for the time being. Keep an eye on the number 8 of Cole Newhoffen right now. Look at Rosendahl, look at the inside as Cabray gets around Wenzel. Wenzel makes a mistake. Oh, Cole Newhoffen, Cole Cabray, the 23, Stephen Calavoda involved in heartbreak for the couple of Coles. Cole Cabray he was the innocent party in that one.
Hate to see that on his end. That number 8 machine of Cole just got tangled up, knocked around a little bit there, caution-wise, out here tonight for the B main here. So here we go. We're going to line them back up and try it again.
Well, that's going to single file this field as the drivers will get told where they need to be. A little bit of a confusion between the 83 of Chance Crum and the 18 of Nicholas Sanchez. So Race Control will get those drivers sorted out in the correct position. Looks like it's going to be Chance Crum who will restart in position number 5. No, in fact, Madalari. Nicholas Sanchez will move up into the 5th spot, but right now Nathan Davis is your race leader, and realistically Nathan Davis, he really should run away with this one. He's been fairly fast over the past couple of months.
All right. Well, then number 16 is Jeffrey Patterson right there in the back. We'll see if we can't do anything with him. Gonna go green the next time by.
All right, so Nathan Davis, your race leader. Jeffrey Patterson, Michael Rosendahl up into position at number 3. Corey Wenzel 4th. Nicholas Sanchez in that 5th and final transfer spot. Chance Crum, who actually come from the C main. He's 1 spot out of a transfer into tonight's main event. We're getting set to go back underway. Nathan Davis will lead, and while Jeffrey Patterson got a horrible start, Michael Rosendahl had nowhere to go right now. And Chance Crum went and put a slider on Sanchez, but here comes the 23 of Stephen Calavoda, who looks to the outside of Sanchez.
Well, I'll tell you what, a battle going on up front there, man. Sanchez is trying to do everything he can in that 18 machine, trying to use the low line every opportunity he possibly can. But Davis, he is running away, like you said, with this one up front, as Jeffrey Patterson is doing running the middle line. And looks like the 888 of Corey Wenzel, as he's moving it up there. He's sitting in the 3rd place spot.
Yeah, the 5th and final transfer spot right now belongs to Chance Crum as they come to the line. He's got Christensen on his inside and Sheridan on the outside. So 3 cars fighting it out for that 5th and final transfer spot. Crum hanging on the top side of the racetrack. Christensen, who should be yellow, will go into 1 and 2. We're still green for the time being. And Christensen trying to make that 37 work. And here comes Sheridan trying to make that 21 on the outside. But Crum right now hanging on to 5th.
Yeah, halfway home here, 10 down, 10 to go. Here's Chance Crum trying to hold on to it. He passes the 37 there of Logan Christensen. But as I say that, Chris Logan looks like he might want to work on the inside there as Nathan Davis, as he's looks like he's going to catch a little bit of lap traffic. So far, though, he is out front dominating this one.
He is just absolutely gone. He is checked out from the field right now. Here comes Crum and Sanchez. They're both trying to get into the third and fourth spot right now. Crum gets around the outside of Sanchez. Here comes Christensen. The battle is well and truly on right now for not only third and fourth, but for fifth and sixth right now. Christensen trying to work on the outside of Sanchez. He makes the pass going into 3 and 4. The cushion is where it needs to be right now.
Yes, it is, and the cushion, like you just said, up top. But look at that 21, giving him the bump in the back there, pushing him along the top side, trying to get around this track. That's Michael. So it is definitely a battle amongst those two. 5 to go here.
5 to run. Christensen around the outside of Wenzel now. Christensen up to 4th. Wenzel in the 5th and final transfer spot. Sanchez and Scherer, they're sitting in 6th and 7th right now. Can they get to the Triple Eight? Can they make the pass? The 18 gets tight, jumps the cushion, gets the wall. Sheridan back to the inside. This is what Wenzel wants to see right now. Here comes Sheridan. Slaughter on Sanchez, hits the cushion, side by side down the front, straight away in this contact. And Sheridan is upside down.
And they're going to let it go. Green, race control just confirmed on that one because he's in the back, learning it there as a man up front, though. Nathan Davis, he is still commanding the lead here.
Well, Davis hasn't hit the fastest lap of the race so far. Patterson in second, third is Chance Crum, and he's got that 83 on an absolute rail on the top side of the racetrack. 2 to go, I think, this time by.
Checker flag.
Coming out of the turn. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm 2 laps slower than what I need to be.
That's all right. Checker flag, and Nathan Davis is going to bring it up. But boy, what a run by Chance Crum. He had that thing rolling and had the quickest time. Brett, 12.175 was his fastest time. You don't think he was not had that 30 or 83 machine out there running on the rails on the cushion here at Limaland? Boy, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was 2 1,000ths of a second slower than what his qualifying time was. That was a 12.173. Now, that actually put him, I think, at about like 27th or 28th spot. So, I mean, the track is, at the moment, 3/10 slower, but it might be a 3/10 slower, but that cushion has certainly developed, and I reckon come a main time here in just a couple of moments, I reckon we're going to see a lot of these drivers on the cushion.
Absolutely. Well, folks, if you're watching down there at the bottom, don't pay no mind by the second, third, fourth place. As you can tell, we're in a qualifying session, so until we get to the race, none of that stuff is really going to be right anyways. I'm just showing it to let you see what driver's what and what driver we're following.
All right, so we should see another 5 cars coming onto the racetrack for probably about 5 or 6 laps, I dare say. Now, these drivers that are on the racetrack, or that will be coming out onto the racetrack, will be drivers that finished 3rd in their heat races. So this is a chance for those guys just to feel what the track is like, because it might have been a while since these drivers have actually been on the racetrack. There's been a lot of laps turned on the track. So now we'll just see 5 drivers. You'll see 5 drivers coming on the racetrack, as I said, just giving these guys just a little freshen up of what the track is like. So we're seeing the number 4 of Chase Carey be one of those first guys out on the racetrack. And let me tell you, well, he's picked up 2 midget wins over the past 2 weeks, and you know that number 4 machine. Well, I know he's the wheelman, so we'll keep an eye on the number 4. Also on the racetrack in cut between 2 is Marty Barnes, Travis Kolkoff in the 421, Anthony Lopresto in the 57 as well, and I think we've got the 13 of Dylan Workman on the racetrack as well.
It looks like these guys are just out there doing a few little practice laps right now. Not racing, are they?
No, these guys are... Basically, these guys haven't seen the track since their heat races. So, I mean, because we've had a C, a B, and also a trophy dash, the track has changed somewhat from when they first went out on the racetrack. So now, just to give these guys, to give everyone an equal opportunity, they're giving them another sort of... I think they give them about 5 or 8 laps, to go around here and just make any last-minute setup adjustments as well.
Yeah, fair enough right there. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good deal that they do here. Folks tuning in right now, you're tuning in here live to Limaland Speedway, Limaland Motorpark Speedway, that is tonight, for the virtual to reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. And PayDayGG, if you want to check them out, check out their website at PayDayGG, PayDayGG, I believe it's .com. And look them up on Payday.gg.
PayDay.gg is their website, yes.
Okay, Payday.gg. Check them out there. Awesome website. They're an esports tournament website here, and they definitely throwing all kinds of esports style tournaments along with virtual2reality.tv, who is giving away a multitude of money here. Along with money, they're also giving a guy's chance to actually run a real car.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what they're doing. You know, it's yeah, we said it earlier on in the broadcast. You know, it's a phenomenal opportunity for the driver that actually gets a chance to be actually able to put his backside in a seat. You know, because obviously, you know, money's a big thing in the real world when you go on sprint car racing. You know, for Payday.gg and also virtual 2 reality to give someone an opportunity to put their backside in a seat. I mean, you know, it's an awesome site, and I tell you what, whoever wins on the 21st round, I'll tell you what, I'll be excited to see how they go, because it's a different style of racing. This, you know, you're not on a sim, you're in the real world.
All right, well, looks like let's do a lot of information that the race control was dealing with us. It's actually going to be 30 laps here, but they're going to let them run around for about 4, and then they're going to let them loose here, from what I understand race control was telling me.
Okay, so on the ticket it'll have 38. It'll be 38. Yeah, it's realistically 37. So what these drivers are going to do, the first 2 formation laps when they're behind the pace truck is obviously just standard in iRacing. When they get the initial green flag, those drivers will not be racing. What they will do is they will then, the inside row will pull to the inside, the outside will move to the outside, leaving a big gap in the middle. Race control will then tell the drivers on where they need to be. So they'll bring the top 10 drivers that ran in your trophy dash, they'll come through the middle, they'll line up how they finish the trophy dash, and then they'll get the rest of the drivers lined up. When they get the lineup sorted, I believe they are going to do a 4 wide salute. They've done this the last couple of weeks.
Yep, I believe that's what I did here. Yep, and you're right.
They'll
and
send
then
the drivers around for a couple of laps in a 4 wide salute, and then they'll send them loose.
Okay, well, hey, appreciate that, Brett, on the info there. I'm going to tell you. And then, folks, like I say, just keep up with the ticker, because the ticker will eventually go right for you, and you'll be able to keep up with all the action and racing, because once they start going racing green flag, since we are in the race session now, it'll actually correct itself eventually.
And another big thing, too, yellow laps will count in tonight's feature event. So that's another thing that the drivers have to be mindful of, whereas they didn't count them in the heat races because they were, the officials were able to manually count the laps. So, you know, with these drivers, 30 laps on the board, yellows, they will count. So that's another thing they have to, you know, keep in their memory bank as well while they're trying to ride around here.
There they go, the parading around the track here. I mean, these superstars here, the virtual2reality.tv, sponsored by PayDay.gg, are going to bring us here tonight for our feature event, the 360 wing sprints. Well, these mighty, awesome midget machines out here, I like to call them, with a lot of horsepower, are going to kick some dirt up here at Limaland, and Brett's going to be yelling for everything he can do.
Look, if Limaland produces anything, it's going to certainly produce some good fast racing. Hopefully we get to see some slide jobs. Green. Hopefully we see a lot of green flag laps. Okay, now the green flag you'll see on the left-hand screen, we are not going green. This is where the drivers, as I said, the inside row will move to the inside. The outside row will move to the outside. It's important that these guys do not stop on the racetrack, otherwise it will just mess a lot of the things up. So we'll see the top 10 cars coming through the field right now. So you see, you know, the likes of Tim Smith, Joel Berkeley, Robert Kerstetter coming through the field. They'll line up how they finish the dash, and they've got to be very, very quickly, because, I mean, 7 laps around here to also do a 4 wide as well. I mean, this track, you know, quarter of a mile, there's not a lot of time to get this right. These drivers must do it fast.
All right, just listen to race control here. He's trying to get everybody set up.
Yeah, so Richard Murtaugh and Tim Smith, your front row. Row 2, Joel Berkeley and Troy Wagner, and Robert Kerstetter, Michael Sellers, John Batista, Trevor Royer. We should have Chris Brenner going in front of the 84, and Ted Liette on his outside. And And we'll have Chase Cabray. Also have Travis Koltoff, Anthony Lepresto, Marty Barnes, the 13 Dylan Workman, the 15 drivers. Then you go back to Nathan Davis, the 16 is Jeffrey Patterson, Chance Crum, Logan Christensen, and Corey Wenzel rounds out our 20-car field. As we are now going to send these drivers in a 4-wide salute.
Here they come, folks. This is something kind of unique. I've seen it done in real life on YouTube, but to see it here on iRacing, to see these awesome machines, just to see that coming at you around here in this short of a track. I mean, look at that, Brett. That is just, it's kind of the coolest thing I've seen in a while.
It is the most awesome sight you will see in all of motorsports. The 4-wide salute to the fans. We're thanking them for coming out here and watching tonight as these drivers are 4 wide in attendance. 5 rows of 4. Well, if that doesn't virtually give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. Absolutely,
man. Just 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 all the way back, saluting it here to you. And now they're going to separate them back out, get them lined up. And here we go. Going to get 30 laps in here for our feature tonight. Virtual2reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. Bringing this thing live to you tonight. Myself, Joe White, Brett Wheeler up here in the booth for OnlineSimRacingNetwork.com. And we're live here on the YouTube and the virtualreality.tv Facebook page and Twitch. Going green this time by, Brett.
All right, let's get dirty for 30. Matar and Smith, your front row. We are green. Round number 8 at Limaland Motorsports Park. And already these drivers are trying to sort out and try and get straight to the cushion right now. We see Wagman on the outside of Berkeley. That's your battle for third. Sellers and Kerstetter. Kerstetter slides up in the battle on for third between Wagman and Berkeley. Berkeley through the middle. Wagman hits the cushion. Nice and perfect right now. Berkeley comes up. Wagman has to go long into turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps complete, 28 to run.
Yes, it is. John Batista's back there in the 8th place spot right now. He's got his hands full along with that man, Michael and Trevor. But if you go further back down where Chase is, they are 3 wide, 4 wide in the backside out of turn 4 to complete this lap going around here. But I tell you, Richard out front, though. But look at the battle happening back here from about 10th on back, Brett.
I was just going to say, Koltoff, Crum, Cabray as well. Throw those guys in there. Anthony Lepresto, a great little scrap battle going on for about 8th, 9th, and 10th right now. Lepresto just falling back a little bit, but here comes Liep trying to get around the outside of Travis Koltoff. Cabray on the outside, 3 wide. Oh, there's a little bit of contact behind them right now as we go into 1 and 2.
Man, and car up into the wall.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now we got we've got a car on the inside. I think that might be 331 of Ted Liep right now. Man, there is action all over the place right now. Battle on almost 4, the top 2 spots at the moment. Matar will lead Tim Smith and Joel Berkeley nose to tail, and those 3 drivers are starting to check out from the rest of the field.
Yellow flag's out. I'll tell you what had happened in the back there, I believe.
Nathan Davis.
Nathan Davis. Man. Wow. I'll tell you what, Brett, that was action.
Yeah, just having a look here. It looks like he made contact with the 4 of Chase Cabray as they went into turn number 1 and 2, and Davis actually just kind of ran out of room, and as he got back on the gas, so Jeffrey Patterson was coming through, but the 36 went for a violent ride down the back straightaway. Thankfully, he's okay.
Man, just some awesome running right there. We saw the top 3 guys breaking away from the field, but then on back there to the 10th on back, these guys were just shuffling around 3 and 4 wide. Who would have thought it? We saw it at a couple weeks ago, Brett. You about died in the chair over there. We saw them 4 wide at Eldora. These guys are making it happen week in and week out, and I think they're just doing it on purpose with us.
I think they want to give me a heart attack. I don't know what these guys are trying to do, but man, I just want to call some good racing, and well, they're providing it right now. We're getting ready to go back to the green flag race. Matar will lead Smith. A good start from the race leader. Smith now trying to really map in, and Berkeley hits the cushion in turn 1 and 2. He's going to lose 1, 2 spots. He gets bumped back to position number 5. That allowed Kerstetter and Wagman to get around the number 9.
Yeah, it did. The number 9 got up into the wall there, slipped up a little bit, lost 2 positions. You said Robert Troy there, but he's got his hands full with Michael Sellers and Trevor behind him as they are beating and pounding on him as Joel loses some more positions as he goes wiggly.
He's going to get swallowed up right now if he continues to run the bottom, but he can't actually get on top of the racetrack because there are so many drivers on the top of the racetrack. Wagman put a slider on Kerstetter. Kerstetter put the crossover back underneath. I'm waiting for Tim Smith just to send it right now. He's sitting in second, and we've still got about 15 laps left to run, so we're about halfway home right now. And Murtaugh, your race leader from Tim Smith.
Yes, it is, man. Good battle going on here about the 7th and 8th spot. But go back up here to Troy. He's trying to look on the high side there as John Batista's looking up. He's in the 19 machine. Actually, excuse me, John Batista in that 39. He was looking down low for a minute, but he's got the 90 of Trevor. He's using that. He's the only guy that I see right now trying to use that low line.
Yeah, this top side is just too fast. At the moment, Smith getting a good run on your race leader in the turn number 3 and 4. We now have 12 laps left to run here in tonight's main event. We're going to catch lap traffic, and I believe that's Corey Wenzel slow off of turn number 2. So Wenzel, the reason a caution comes out.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be, that's going to leave it wide open up front for these top guys here with Richard and Timothy right there, who are just about to knock each other's back doors off in a battle up front. Here we go.
Wow, that was, I mean, you know, Smith was close enough to probably, you know, throw a slider on the race leader. But then you had Kerstetter and Wagman. Yeah, those guys are throwing sliders on each other. You got Sellers back there in 5th as well. Batista 6th, Brenner 7th, Berkeley in 8th, Roy in 9th, Travis Koltoff rounds out your top 10. Chance Crum. He's come from the C main. He's up to position number 12 right now. I mean, if he can get a top 10, that would be an awesome drive from the 83 machine. But I believe we're getting set to go back to green flag racing this time by.
Yes, we are, and only got a few more laps here left in this one. Here we go. We're about to get set to go back green flag racing once more up front as that 33 machine. Pace trucks in. Green flag's about to fly. We're going to see Timothy's going to try to anticipate it. Can't, though, as the man in the 33, Richard, he gets a good step out front along with Timothy trying to run him down on the high side.
Yeah, Smith is there. He's close enough, but he's not close enough. You know what I mean right now. So he's just trying to ride the cushion and catch up to the 33 right now. He makes a little mistake there. So Smith, this is his chance to capitalize right now. We've got about 6 laps left to run of the turn number 4. Lap 31 in the books of this 37. So 6 laps, 5.5. Bertol, your race leader from Smith. What can Smith produce here in the last handful of laps?
And he's trying everything he can. Battle also back there for the 4th place. But we got a caution out.
Chance Crum.
Yeah, it looks like Chance Crum. That's what I was going to say. Out in the middle of the track, just spun around.
Having a look at this one, he come off a turn number 4. Lepresto put a slider on him. There was contact. He rode the wall. And unfortunately, he just got clipped by the 13 of Dylan Workman and Chance Crum from tonight's C main. Oh, he's got a bent race car, but let me tell you, and it's still from the C main into tonight's main event. That's an achievement.
Absolutely. What's going on out there, Gibbs? And John over there on the YouTube side, must have been a good one so far. Shouldn't only have, but maybe a couple more laps here left in this one.
And just looking at the lights on the pace track, they should go off this time by. So
green white checker?
Yeah, green white checker should be hit. Lap 30 might even just a green checker.
All right. That's what we like to see, and any indication of what we've seen so far tonight, these guys will definitely put on a show. Can Richard hold off the charge there from Timothy behind him? As like you said, the lights on the pace car off, and looks like we're going to have a 1-lap shootout here.
Murtaugh, can he hang on? Smith, he's got one last chance to do it. He's got a 1/4 mile to run into 1 and 2. He's not close enough in turns 1 and 2. They come out on turn number 2 down the back straight away. Smith is going to send it on him in turn number 3 and 4. Crossover complete. Murtaugh will get the win. Second will go to Tim Smith. Third at the line will go to Robert Kirsten. And you go back to Troy Wagaman, Michael Sellers, Chris Brennan, Joel Berkeley, Trevor Royer, Anthony LaPresto, Chase Cabaret rounds out your top 10. We go to Dylan Workman, Ted Liett, Jeffrey Patterson, Travis Coltoff, Marty Barnes, John Batista, Chance Crum, Logan Christensen, Corey Wenzel, and Nathan Davis.
Man, I tell you what, that was a run right there. Boy, Timothy sent that thing in the turn and tried to make it stick, would not stick, washed up the track, gave Richard the crossover move, and let him win. Boy, I'll tell you what, right there was awesome. We can bring some guys up here. I believe we got the right guys here. So, we'll bring up, man, our third place man here tonight. Let you get a talk in with him. And folks, want to appreciate everybody tuning in here as we're live tonight here at Limaland Speedway for the virtual to reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG. And our third place man here, Robert. I'll let you get a talk in with him there, Brett.
Standing by the 27 Robert Kirsten. Robert, congratulations on the third place here. Looks like a tough night at the racetrack.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, just you get that hot high line comes on this track, and it's single file from there. So even to make a pass is super risky because you're gonna get trained on the high side. So it was fun though.
And what's it like to run this cushion, up against the wall like that? I mean, obviously it's dangerous, but what goes through your mind, trying to put you right up against that cushion, knowing that you make one mistake and it could be all over.
Yeah, don't hit the wall. That's the biggest thing. Somebody's eventually going to. So, yeah, that's about it.
Man, you got any sponsors or shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, thank you guys for putting this on. It's a lot of fun, and my teammates at TSR, they all do a great job. Ted was in here tonight. He was up there, so yep, a lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
All right, Brad, I tell you what, that was our third place, man, right there. Robert did everything he can. But, well, this guy right here, Timothy Smith, he, in that last lap, he tried it. He sent that thing a-selling in the last turn, just couldn't get it to hold down. Second place, man, Timothy Smith.
All right, we're here with the 38 of Tim Smith. Tim, congratulations on a second place. That race, you kind of had to stick there behind your race leader for all that race. Did you think that you might have had a chance earlier on in the race to maybe throw a slider and try and get the cushion?
I don't know. It's the track was pretty hammered down and kind of fresh. You only run the top side. I was thinking about throwing a slider, but I didn't want to do it too early and chance wrecking us both out or something stupid happened. I just wanted to try and plot a good finish. That's why I kind of waited for the last quarter on it.
What was the racetrack like out there? Obviously, we just spoke to Robert. He said it was fairly top dominant, which is what I said. Was that the way you saw it as well?
Oh, most definitely. I don't know, it seems like Limaland, it's the only place you can really run here is on the top side. That cushion really dominates here.
I posed a question to Rob, but how do you go about psyching yourself up to run the cushion around here, knowing that you're so close to the wall?
Well, you just kind of hammer it up into the top side and kind of pray you don't run it in too hard, and hope the cushion just catches you. Sometimes you're a hero, and sometimes you're on the tow truck,
Man, well, look, well on a second place here tonight, no doubt. I'm sure you got some sponsors you want to thank.
Well, for sure. First and foremost, all my teammates at UW Motorsports for everything they help me out with. They do a ton. Everybody at Ultimate Dirt TV for coming on our team and sponsoring us, and Colby's Eye Paints for doing all of our paint jobs.
All right, Tim, well done on a second place here tonight, and I hope we'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, Brett.
All right, that was our second place man there tonight, and this man right here, Richard Murtaugh, is going to pull off the victory. Well, he had his hands full in that last lap. Richard Murtaugh, Joe White in the booth, got a cop?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Richard, you held on to the lead most of that run there in the 30 laps, but that last lap, you saw Timothy. Well, he brought the thing and shot through there like a rocket. Was you a little worried when he came up under you on that last lap?
I was worried about 5 laps before that on that, or not 5 laps, but on that restart, because I knew he was definitely going to pull some things there. And then I seen him come in with that slide job, and I didn't think he would throw it in that hard, but I thought he was going to hit that wall. But yeah, I expected it. I wasn't that surprised, but it was definitely a good race there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're bringing some money home tonight here in this race, provided by virtual2reality.tv, sponsored by PayDayGG, here at Limaland Speedway in the 360 wing sprints. That was an awesome run. I mean, take us back to your early on heat races and to the mains and here, and actually obviously the feature here of how confident it was you coming in here to Limaland.
Well, I knew I had a pretty good car because earlier in the week I was racing with Lewis and I was about a tenth or so quicker than him. But it was like 2 hours before this race. Me and Robert Caresetter, we jumped in a practice session and he was schooling me in there, and that got me a little bit demotivated. But as soon as we jumped in this race, I managed to find some speed right from the get-go.
Well, I'll tell you what, anytime you get out there and run with old Howard Weaver and the Weaver Mobile and a lot of those guys there, and if we can hang with them or beat them, you know you're doing something right. But nonetheless, tonight you come home winner here at Limaland. Got anybody out there you want to thank?
Rocket Race setups, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Again, congratulations there, Richard Murtaugh, bringing it home tonight here, winner. Brett, wow, that's all I got to say, man. We had 5 heat races, 2 mains, and then the feature here tonight, and what was probably an electric style racing here at Limaland Speedway. These guys, they put on a show.
Yeah, they certainly did, and you know, I virtually said it from the start. You know that the track was going to move up to the top of the racetrack where the cushioning is going to be very, very fast. That's exactly what we've seen. I did also say the track was going to be a little bit slick, but unfortunately we didn't see too much slick here at Limaland. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, the guys certainly put on a show. You know, all the race control and staff here that you know, put on these races. You know, so I had a mind blank there. Yeah, Roger Wagner. You know, he does an awesome job. You know, as well as Joel Hamilton. You know, from Virtual to Reality and also PayDayGG. You know, they certainly put on a show, but. Man, I take my hat off to you because you know, you're doing at least 5 or 6 different things here tonight.
Well, appreciate it as always. Appreciate you, Brett, being up here. I know it's exciting, man, to have you up here and to be able to call races with you. I'm loving this dirt track stuff. The more and more I get settled in to doing it. And again, you know how I am. I still like my oval things. I'd throw that out after at you. But hey, we're here at Limaland, though.
I'm pretty sure I just had everyone in chat just boo just then. Hey, now let's quickly. I want to give you a plug here because you've got an opening spot for a Thursday night league, correct?
I do, yes.
Okay, so anyone in the dirt oval scene or even the asphalt oval scene that's got a league at 8:30, please get in contact with Joe White or OSRN. OSR Network on Facebook because he does a phenomenal job. So if you want your league broadcasted, please message him and see if you can't get something sorted out with him.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, man, because I'm having fun, like I say, with this dirt stuff. And hey, we've got it 4 nights a week, and it's been a very good. And I appreciate these guys over here at the virtual2reality.tv and PayDayGG for allowing myself and you to come up here and do this here on the Friday. Phenomenal. And watch this kind of exciting racing. Appreciate Roger putting it on. Well, until then, folks, man, I hope everybody enjoyed it tonight from Limaland Speedway. Everyone, have a good night.